Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Playdate. This is a part 2, kind of another video where I'm teaching you a really cool thing. We're making this card today. In video 1, we made this card, and it uses the same sentiment set, and it's not a stamp. So I'm going to give you a very quick rundown of it and show you what we did, and then assemble this card in like a minute. And the reason that I want to assemble the card when I actually start it in like a minute is because I want to show you how fast you can actually make a card once you've used this. This is a Stampin' Cut and Emboss embossing folder and die set that go together. It's called a hybrid set, and you buy them together. It comes together. You don't need a stamp set that coordinates with this, even though these words are kind of stamped out. The reason is when you use this hybrid folder, you use the embossing folder, you ink it here, and then you just pop these dies on it. And when you slide them around, you'll hear a click. Did you hear that? Okay, so that click, now they don't slide around anymore. They're locked in place. So I had ink on here, locked this down, put my paper on top here, close it, run it through, and it's going to cut out all these words, and they're going to be all outlined. So they're going to make a little pile of words that look like this, and it's going to give you a lot of different options. That's what we did. We made one set, and we got the You Make Me Happy. We pulled that out of there and used it for this card. This time we're using the Celebrate that we made, and I'm going to show you now how fast. So watch video 1. I even actually cut it out on screen so you could see it, and now I want to show you how fast I can actually make a card. Okay, so let's say I've got a birthday or a graduation. This could be Celebrate, works for everything, right? Retirement, could be a lot of things. This is just Berry Burst. By the way, I used Berry Burst ink when I inked the embossing folder to make that Celebrate. Berry Burst cardstock, just a normal panel. This panel here is 3.75, 3 inches and 7.75, and this is 5, so it's 3 and 7.5. 3 3/4 by 5, basically. That going to go on here. I am going to glue stuff together before I stick it down because the ribbon tucks. So here's my Celebrate that I made. Here's my ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to get started here. I'm going to glue this on. This piece, by the way, this designer series paper is retired. It is 3.5 by 3.5. It's just a square. Yeah, just making sure. All right, so I'm going to glue that down. This designer series paper is retired. Don't worry about retired. You might be able to find it on the rack, the clearance rack, if you want to. Does that look like it should go this way? Now I'm going to get stressed about it. I'm going to make it this way. Okay, so now I can go ahead and stick my ribbon on. If the paper is retired and you can't find it on the clearance rack, it matches a stamp set that I used in the other video, the Translucent Flowers. If you can't find it, don't worry. Just get the Translucent Flowers stamp set that is gorgeous, by the way. It looks like this. It's so pretty. Get that and make your own paper. Just pick your own colors. You could even have blue and green flowers or purple and green, whatever works for your event. If there's a color, I'm going to stick this on here. I'm going a little lower than halfway up. Okay, so if I go halfway, then my word is a little high. So I'm going a little lower than halfway. I'm just going to fold it around the edge and tape it with some Scotch tape, which is magic tape. All right, and now I'm going to fold this one around, tape it. Good. I'm going to glue this down. Just regular glue. Not going through a wind tunnel, so I don't need very much glue. Going to stick it on here like that. Ooh, I slid. That's why I love glue. Did you see that? I slid it a little sideways, and so I just had time to quickly maneuver it. Now, when I go to put this on, if I put the dimensionals on the bottom part where it's still on the ribbon, what might happen is it might get like teeter-tottery. So I'm going to put them on the top part of the letters. And I don't need that many. I'm just going to do one here and one here. It doesn't matter that I don't have one on the C. I could probably like get a little piece and put it on there, but it's not going to matter. Not going to matter at all. You know what? I might do one here though. Why don't we do one up here? That way it'll be closer to the C. Got some serious issues here with my dimensionals. Okay, so peeling off the backs and throwing them on the floor as usual. Sticking this on here. I'm going higher than centered, right? So you can see the ribbon coming underneath. The ribbon is also retired. Check the clearance rack. And then the little embellishment dots that I did to make it look a little bit like confetti, they are iridescent. They're and shiny. They're so fun. They're called iridescent adhesive back dots. They may or may not be retired. Do not know. And don't mind, because I want to use all of my supplies. I'm going to use one of these down here. So I like odd numbers, right? 3, 5, 7. I'm going to do 3 like that, just so it looks like that, and I am done. I'm going to stick a white card inside, but you can see it took me no time because I had these words. So when you cut that out, the folder, go ahead and use a big piece of paper, cut them out, and you'll have all these piles of words left over. And then the next time you need a quick card just to say hello to a neighbor or I love you to somebody, this design, this layout is super easy. It's super easy and fast. And so you could pretty much crank out anything you need because you've already got your words cut out in a little box. All right, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure that you look at the other video that's going to be right before this one so that you can see how to go about doing the ink with the folder. I do a slower version and actually cut it out so you can see how it works. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you see something retired on here, just go to my general page store and look at the clearance rack and see if you can find it. If not, make your own designer series paper. Dye your own ribbon. Anything that I use that is current, I will list in the description below to include that hybrid embossing folder that you definitely need. So if you don't have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.